Hello and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. The potential final stream for this game, at least. I don't know for sure, but I mean, like I say in the title, maybe we end this tonight, maybe we don't. Who knows? In the final chapter, Grand Soul, East Block, turmoil in the Raw City. Playtime of 47 hours and 54 minutes. It's been a long journey. Surprisingly so.
Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning.
I say not just yet, but enter Grand Soul Castle.
Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then.
I don't know why, I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often.
The castle of Master the Queen. There's your first business here. You need to Hi.
Hi there. Oh, we're sorry about the other day.
It's you two. Still staying in town?
Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. I have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass?
A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See, right here, written invitation. Oh, let's see. Presenting this team in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay. The guys were in the martial arts competition.
Oh, I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy.
So is that you?
You got it.
We would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. Yet May told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming.
Well,
that's a pity. No matter. Please go on in.
Absolutely, let's go.
Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate.
And then we get shot. Wow. It's like the Hacking Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle.
I bet it's more solid too, since it's the Royal Castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Ironberg Wall. The account has been run by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Or so the stories say.
Wow, that's pretty neat, actually.
Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grand Soul Castle. Go right on in, you'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening.
Wiggle.
Whoa. You can say that again.
I don't see anything like that, anything that compares to this place.
Oh, it's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here.
Welcome to Grand Soul Castle. You are Zin and his team, correct?
This would be the maid, right? It isn't. Oh, no.
Captain Amaltheia.
This isn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right, we came with the invitation, the good Duke. And, you are...
Pardon me. I am Captain Amaltheia of the Intelligence Division, head of Grand Soul Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience.
Oh, you too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work.
But you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not.
But if that case, it was the full-fledged braces and came to Grand Cell. We've even heard the follow-up report on it.
I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the resource of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. But what the hell's with her? Understood. We trust you take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shia, if you would please do the honours. Yes, ma'am. See to their needs. But do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. I understand. Very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell.
Now that is one fine woman.
I hate to say this, Zin, but your taste in women is crap.
Zin, your taste in women is amazing. I relate with you so hard right now.
There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy.
I think that might just be his fairy type of woman. I just tend to find that women like that tend to be pretty good people. Once you peel back a few layers, so to speak.
You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes.
Oh, my honor!
Oh, sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our room, right? Yes, please, allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I'm Shia, a maid here at the castle. I will be at your service this evening from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Thank you very much. Will you please show us to the room then?
Certainly, it's on the second floor.
No. Zoom. Let's get there quicker. Gotta go fast. You're not gonna comment about the maids then?
Oh, wow! Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy. Hush, Estelle. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty used it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days, though. I see.
But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon?
Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we?
You seem very nervous, Shia.
Intriguing. This is the throne room. This is the room where you'll be staying. Please, go on in. Oh, okay.
Pardon us? Convenient that there's only 3 beds when they're expecting 4 of us.
Holy Stragus.
I never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this. Nice! This will make a good story for later.
I believe there is still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep where the Queen resides. It is a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Grand Cell from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the Royal Guard Room and also the Treasury, I believe.
The Royal Guard Room? I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all that terrorist stuff.
Yes. The Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules.
Understood.
By the way, what are the others who were invited doing? They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms.
Alright.
So, Mayor Klaus is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then.
Estelle and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zen.
Hello there, Sparkles. Hello. Thank you for the mustache.
We are now in the fancy swanky castle. We do indeed need to be very fancy while we're in here.
Hey, Zin? We want to go and walk around the castle for a little bit.
We'll be back in time for the party. Huh, it must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem. Have fun. Me, I'm gonna kick back and relax in this oh-so luxurious room.
We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julie told us that we have to talk to the headmaid Hilda.
I'd like to say hello to the other invitees too.
You likely know most of them. Mabel?
And Lila?
Joshua, Estelle.
Ah, here at last! I kept wondering when you get here. I was practically counting the seconds.
So you're invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming?
I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who went to the tournament, won his championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite.
That is totally not the voice I had for her before, but whatever.
Don't worry, I know how busy you must be.
Yeah, see? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet. With everything else going on, what is you doing and thinking?
It probably is the voice.
That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept.
It's been so long. Do you mean Captain Amaltheia?
Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye when she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time.
Oh my god, I'm losing it.
Yeah, see? I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time.
Wait, does that mean...
You haven't heard any word from the Hacking Gate?
Yeah, the general is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with his anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you.
He's been arrested.
I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, though, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away.
What do you think about all this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this?
Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head.
That sounds about right.
But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think?
Yeah, well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bose post-haste.
Joshua, Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while.
Dean Collins?
You invited to the banquet as well, sir?
I just arrived today via airship from Ruin. Little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it.
Thank you.
I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Oh, Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in Le Beau. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet.
A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, man. Now let's kiss.
Well, what's the Royal Assembly?
It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state.
Wow, sounds big. So all of these guys have been invited here tonight too?
No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business.
How have you? Wasn't it officially posted in the Le Beau News
That he was arrested for freaking treason as well or something.
Why are these people saying that he's away on official military business?
And Madame Wolverine was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell...
He is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me.
Well, we could use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands in all of these issues. We need his permission to have an audience for Her Majesty regardless.
Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty as the height of idiocy and mismanagement, I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story.
Princess Claudia's the Queen's granddaughter, right?
Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago.
She's here then? I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have a chance.
I mean, maybe we've already met her, Estelle. You don't know. It's possible. Estelle! Joshua!
Oh, Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here.
With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, I had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Gransel Castle. Cassius kids to the bone you are!
It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped us along the way.
So it's been a few days. Has there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amaltheia from the Intelligence Division came a-knocking. She forced me to come to his banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lyston Fortress. Professor Russell and company is on the run too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amaltheia if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way.
We sure aren't, but don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered.
We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. Kiss. The Intelligence Division has eyes everywhere. We have to be more subtle in our movement. I think we can go this way at least anyway.
Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace.
I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here. It overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance.
As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do.
I mean, there's no one saying I can't rob the freaking palace staff. They've just said I can't go to certain places. They didn't say I couldn't rob them. So, you know, I could. I don't think there's anything wrong with robbing them.
Oh.
This must be the royal keep. Of course they're there. Who are you? Aye, you two.
We're here as guests of the Duke.
Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. Oh, but for the last few days she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now.
Oh, you got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing you should even take notice of us.
Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Aye. Her princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to do with the likes of you.
Might I inquire as to what's going on here?
Ma'am, he didn't know you were back already.
The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests?
Oh, they're from the team that won the martial arts competition. Then because of that victory that someone of a bracer's social standard would ever be invited here.
A bracer's social standing?
Such discourtesy!
You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle?
No, that's not what...
Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that.
Understood.
Wow, she's intense.
I wonder who she is. I wonder, maybe she's the head maid, Joshua. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely understand the reasons that the colonel laid out.
Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened as such. The royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins?
All right.
That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. So it's a safe return to you.
Hello, Deathmates. I apologize that you're subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I am the head maid of Gransell Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties.
Aha!
We had a feeling. Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted?
Well, someone told us about you.
I know this handwriting.
You see?
We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us too.
I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct?
Right.
If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go.
What do you think, Estelle? You could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty.
No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, but we'd really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over?
Why?
Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty?
I believe I have.
It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party?
Awesome!
Understood, we'll be back then.
I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. But now it's probably best if you wait in your room.
Oh yes, we hope to meet with Chloe. I'd heard you made some kind of promise to meet at the capital, but I wasn't sure if you'd actually done so.
No, even the guild has yet to hear from her.
But she should be at the capital by now, no?
She should be. Still though, it bothers me. She probably just dropped by to check on the orphanage before setting off for the capital, but even so...
Honestly, we would be holding a banquet now why would we be holding a banquet now under these circumstances? I can't fathom why the Duke would allow this. It's in poor taste, at the least. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party about to start, you know.
Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing that we had lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors.
Huh, well, aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Huh, I see. I guess your work as bracers caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure got around for junior bracers.
Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grand Cell? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right?
Right, for a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally that'll be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. With all of them concentrating in Grand Cell, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland.
Now that name rings a bell. Couldn't happen to be talking about Sherazade, would you?
You know her? She's our mentor and she's been a close friend for ages.
Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought to Calvard. Just fortunate to have a good master working with from such a young age.
The master?
Yeah, probably Dad.
Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way?
It's her drunk. It's when she gets drunk. Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy?
Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in.
I mean, she has a whip, and she also just strips when she's drunk. Come on, you two. Be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once.
This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? They have knives and forks though.
That's because it's a formal dinner.
Everyone comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres.
Then use the knives and forks from the outside in.
And that's all part of having good table manners. And here comes anxiety attack.
It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Please don't encourage her.
Yeah, on that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the east usually eat with chopsticks.
Ah, you've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in that when in Labar, do as the Labarans do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork.
My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you're a martial arts champion.
You flatter me.
Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face.
I think he's more being polite than the Lich, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. Wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for?
Oh, indeed. That's intended for Princess Claudia.
I mean, it would have been for freaking,
Olivia, but he isn't here, so,
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke.
Philip, you poor man. You absolute poor man. Well, then I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless effort in helping deal with the terror situation.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honourable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. You gotta be kidding. We're having dinner with him?
I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Excellent. What say you, Mabel? What do you think of Grand Cell Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bose Angelo's restaurant?
Yeah, This is quite remarkable. The wine selection was perfectly complements the meal. I always want to try hiring him away.
You are not the first to say such things. And what of you, Zin? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young braces, I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. I love the fact he never remembers Estelle, even though Estelle has literally threatened him with her stick.
It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us.
Indeed, it is a genuine treat.
It's certainly delicious food. I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure she just badmouthed him then. And we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation.
Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the rune incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion.
Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him?
I don't think the butler reminded him about that. We kind of like threatened to beat the shit out of him there. Come, let us put social class and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? Oh, and what might that be? I believe I'll allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail.
Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she's been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon.
Ah, that's excellent news.
Yeah, could we possibly go and check in on her?
Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems like the terrorist plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned.
Oh, well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news as they've been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us.
Right, and if that were all, you could have just sent along a message.
Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over all authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan.
What?
Is this true?
Joshua, this is...
Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes an appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties, following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits.
Yeah, isn't that far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity. Credulity, what the word that is.
Mabel. Credibility, maybe. I don't know. Are you saying that you're going to take his grace at his word?
No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion.
That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty.
Your unease is quite understandable. But we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then?
Well,
the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This is also the decision of His Grace.
Well, yes, this is true.
Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Urbonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. It makes it all sound so rational.
Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it would be best to inform us first so that we could be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct?
I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
This all came to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, there is not another who also has the same right to succession.
Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, as Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my!
I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate.
I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me. May I ask a question?
Sin?
I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't seem like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now?
That is sort of because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. I guess LeBeau's military embraces are on just as good a terms as the stories say.
That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand their intentions?
We have had nothing but trouble with the military most of the time. We literally have had nothing but trouble. I wonder if it's Richard. Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we learned here to the guild then. Ow. Man, I've had some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me. But I bet that was huge news for you guys, though.
It would get him close to the throne.
Of course it was. I can't believe things have gone this far already.
Huh?
Never mind.
And the Duke is very useless.
But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing it practically melted in the mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavour was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work on some of that rich food, Estelle?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
Ugh. Just played tours a little while ago, now you want to take an after-dinner walk. I sure don't get it, must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights?
There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. The mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over.
You gotta be kidding. You're still hungry?
If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. But go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. I know where you're gonna be.
Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty.
First things first, we go towards the head maid Hilda, like we promised.
She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen.
Fine by me.
Why do I have this sneaking suspicion we're going to disguise ourselves as maids?
Seems it was the banquet to remember. And now my mistress has yet another worry to wrinkle her brow.
Yeah, what a shock this banquet has been! Judunan as official successor to the throne? If anything could bring up a amount of migraine, it's that!
Oh, it's you.
What?
Oh, it's Richard. Colonel Richard.
Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe.
The last time we saw one another was right after Med Dharma was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us.
I realize that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius.
How'd you find that out?
Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the intelligence division's capabilities. I am greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now.
Huh?
But pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a little bit late. Ah yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails.
I'll prepare them, sir.
No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed.
Yes, sir.
You're taking my man away from me.
Captain Amaltheia, it's okay.
I'll be your man. Pardon me then.
And Zin also wants to be her man. But you know what? Zin has good taste.
Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me.
Joshua, what should we do?
I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later. Zin is a man of culture.
I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command, and since that time I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally.
He did? And, what did you think of him at the time?
To put it simply, he was a hero.
And a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer.
If I didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people.
So you were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talk about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Lebel would now be part of the Urbonian Empire.
No way. But that's kind of hard to believe.
Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be.
He never said one word about any of this to me.
Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. Not fair to criticize him for that.
Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something?
Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely.
Vaguely? You're an accomplice?
Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. Tommy didn't feel like it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about.
I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble.
Please excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me.
Oh, all right.
Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know. And thus, I have no regrets.
Huh?
How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories.
He was trying to, like, maybe probably get out of us Cash's location and we don't know where he is.
Okay, who was that man and what has he done with Colonel Richard?
What are you babbling about now?
It's just that it's weird to hear him talk about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice.
True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway.
Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And I hate to say it,
But I think he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is easy as could be.
Don't you think that's going a little too far?
You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others.
You should just follow your instincts and believe what you think is right.
Huh?
But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say Brace's job is pretty much that, in fact.
Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind.
Thank you, Estelle.
Thank you? What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us.
Yeah, she should be in the maid quarters.